If you're not careful and you no-clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the back rooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell has heard you.
This specific location in the Inactive Lava Zone Corridor, despite having no unique external appearance, hides one of the most interesting yet horrifying secrets in all of Subnautica just beneath it. If someone were to accidentally or intentionally glitch out of bounds in this area, they would immediately notice it. A large, square box that is instantly intriguing to the eye, as one of its four corners is open, leading to a dark, empty abyss below. If that same someone were to get too curious and wonder where that led, they might swim down into the box, only to later look up and realize that they were trapped. I have been aware of this oddity for almost 2 years now, but only with the internet's recent obsession with the Backrooms, a creepypasta about a dark liminal reality just beyond our own, did this return to my attention. And so I decided to revisit this area in order to truly uncover the secrets of the Subnautica Backrooms. As it turns out, the cube has what I like to call a one-way wall. You can't really see it on one side, but you can pass through it, and on the other side, you can see the wall, but you cannot pass back through it, which is honestly terrifying to think about, because if you were to glitch through the ground in survival and then accidentally travel into the cube, there would be no escape. Or would there be? I mean, one corner does continue down somewhere. Where does it go? Let's assume that you have an unlimited oxygen supply or manage to bring some sort of submarine down there. Could you possibly make it to the surface alive? Well, when answering this question, it's important to mention how incredibly dark it is in the backrooms. You literally cannot see anything, even with a flashlight or a sea glide. This makes it incredibly difficult to navigate, easy to get lost, and very, very unnerving to explore. The reason it's so dark is because as soon as you travel into the box, the biome you're in changes to the dunes, and continues to switch biomes the more you explore. This changes the water's color, oftentimes making it very dark. But another thing it does is change the ambience and music. And if you turn off the music in your settings, this can lead to some incredibly terrifying background noise. Just listen to this ambience from the bulb zone I encountered while exploring. The absence of both the creatures and the music makes it incredibly atmospheric and terrifying. One clue you might immediately notice about this area is the texture of the walls around you. The wall you initially went through was a lava zone texture, but all the other walls around you look interestingly familiar. If you've already figured it out, nice job. If you haven't, I won't spoil anything. So let's continue exploring, shall we? If you travel down to the open corner, you notice that the walls continue downwards, while there also appears to be a ceiling that stretches on as far as you can see. At this point, you have to make a choice. Do you follow the ceiling or the walls? It's really up to you. And what direction do you choose? North, south, east, west, up or down? Each leads to different discoveries, different biomes, different ambience, different music, but eventually they all lead to the same harrowing conclusion. I've turned on the fog and speed commands to make it easier to see and make moving around a lot quicker. And with so many ways to go, there are a few things you might be noticing regardless of the direction you've chosen. The walls will either start to travel in an upwards direction, or they may be traveling in a general downwards direction. The texture of the walls may change, and in some places may even overlap. And the walls change direction so frequently it starts to feel like you're in a maze with no bottom. There is nothing below you but emptiness until you reach 8,192 meters, at which point you will be teleported to the surface. But that's no fun, is it? Well, that is a way to escape. Surely there is an actual exit, right? Well, if you're trying to find an exit, I would recommend following the walls where they travel upwards. This is easier said than done, as every time you travel vertically, you just hit another ceiling, and every time you travel horizontally, you just hit another wall. And this won't always help you reach what you're looking for. Sometimes you have to travel down to find it. It really just depends. You may even find a flat area where it is actually possible to build a base, which does raise an interesting question. Could you actually build a base here in survival? Perhaps we'll find that out another time. Anyways, after wandering for a bit and hitting plenty of dead ends, you eventually find it. The answer. Eventually, you reach the void. If you're in survival, that means you're probably dead. Even if you managed to make it this far, in the end it was always hopeless. You were always meant to lose. You were never meant to escape. And in this moment, right before your death, you finally solve it. This maze, the Backrooms, is really just the bottom of the world. Why does it go up and down so frequently? Why does it feel like an intentionally designed maze? Well, you tell me. It's anyone's best guess. My guess is that it goes down in order to go under the deeper biomes, for example the lava zone where we first encountered it. But even that doesn't explain it in many situations. For example, in many places if you start in the void and follow the ceiling in towards the center of the crater, the walls start to travel upwards. Why would they do this if they were only going down to be under the deeper Subnautica biomes? There really isn't an explanation. It's meant to be a mystery. I've only explored a very small amount of these Subnautica Backrooms. Everything I mentioned in this video is all that I could find, but perhaps there's more to it. Maybe there are more weird locations in these Subnautica Backrooms that I just haven't stumbled across yet, and that's where you come in. Now, it's your turn to explore the Backrooms and find whatever I haven't found yet. I wish you good luck. And hopefully you won't be unfortunate enough to encounter these Subnautica Backrooms in survival. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps me a ton. Huge thanks to my patrons over at Patreon, Baby Yoda, Moonlord, Cybot, Sean, and Skeptic. If you want to be awesome, become a patron and support today, and I will see you guys in the next video.